Hello everyone. So I'm actually doing a video today simply because I just wanted to do one. I don't really have anything spectacular going on right now, but I just felt like talking about random doll stuff, so I was just like, I'll make a video. I could also have made a journal entry, but I don't know, I just felt like talking it out. So I'm here today with my um, only doll, Tang Yoon, whose name is kind of up in the air right now because I had nicknamed him Yellow Jacket, but I'm actually revamping his character. So for one, this wig is actually my temp MSD wig that I have. So I put this on him because I decided I'm going to try and make him a fur wig. He's also wearing the skirt that I keep taking from Junie. It's actually part of his character. Yeah, he's a skirt boy, so to say, but his character is like 13, and he actually had like an older sister who something bad happened to her. Still not sure what, but she ended up like a week after this thing happened. She ended up actually committing suicide, and he like really looked up to his sister, and he would play like they would play dress up together, and he would end up like wearing her clothes and everything. He ended up really liking it, and after she died, he just kept with it. So I have no idea like if in the future he will be like a cross dresser, or maybe he is a transvestite, or maybe he's just going through a phase. I don't know. The character's 13, so I haven't put too much thought into how he is when he's older. I just know for now he does like skirts, and sometimes he'll wear a dress or two. Um, I don't know what kind. I'm trying to figure that out because when I first got him, I got him mostly because he was on sale. I think I've mentioned that before. He was on a really good sale through Only Doll because they were having like a great Christmas event, and I always had thought he was so friggin' adorable. I don't know if you can see, like I just think he's so friggin' adorable. And since he's on such a good sale, I just went for it. And when I got him, I wasn't pretty sure where to go, really. So I kind of just winged it for a bit and was hoping something would come. Well, today, for some reason, out of nowhere, like he started to solidify his character. And now I have to buy him actual clothes because I figured it out. And he's wearing a temp wig because his other wig is wrong for him now. And I actually ordered, well, I was able to order 5 more free swatches from Distinctive Fabrics. No, that's not the name. I can't remember the name now. But I ordered more free fur swatches, and I'm going to attempt once again to make a fur wig. I keep figuring out what. Hold on. I'm going to try and make them stand. I keep figuring out what I'm doing wrong. Oops. And then I'm going to knock a box over because, like, of course, I figured out what I keep doing wrong. And I keep doing this over and over again, so I'm going to have to fix it. So I take the measurements for the head, and, you know, you cut the circle. Well, look how I cut the circle. Okay, that's not a... that is me literally taking the measurements and doing that, but I keep doing it wrong. Like, I should be, this is the long piece that goes in the middle. I should be like making it more of a, like that kind of round rather than like this kind of round. Because there's really no doll head particularly like this unless it's like an SD size and a really big SD size. It should be more rounded. So I had did this test, and I'm glad I did this test on my on a spare piece of felt, or whatever it's called. I'm glad I did a test on this rather than cutting into actual fur swatches for like the millionth time, because I did it for my Doll's Own Moe's wig, and completely messed up and like lost those fabric swatches. I mean, those first swatches, and that sucks because even though they're free, that doesn't mean like, you know, you can regrow them. Like, you know, once you waste them, you waste them. So I decided to test it, and I found out exactly what I was doing wrong. So I'm going to try another one. And then once I test it again, I'll finally make his wig. The swatches I got are actually, I got him yellow because I still want him to have like blonde hair, but it's going to be like yellow, and fuchsia. I'm going to make one side fuchsia, one side the yellow, and mix them together because I think that'd be really cute. And then I came home actually and put this temp wig on him because it has the fuchsia color in it to test it, and I actually really like it. And I'm also glad because I also like it with his face up. I was thinking of changing his face up, but I really like it. It's, you know, not the best face up, you know, ever because I don't do those, but I think it's really cute on him, and I don't really want to change it unless I have to, and I especially don't want to change it until like I feel like I can do it better. Like I don't want to do it, like redo it and do it worse. That would just be like really stupid. So yeah, so he's being revamped, and I'm actually gonna write out his new character stuff now that, you know, his character is like talking to me and whatnot, and, you know, get that down. He is one of Wrestling's kids, which means he's homeless for a particular reason. I'm not sure of that reason. I'm hoping when I'm writing I'll figure it out. And because Wrestling has like this kind of like abandoned, half abandoned, half non-abandoned apartment complex where he takes care of street kids, and street kids of that particular area. Excuse me. And Junie's one of them, and so is Jax, my Dawson. No, Junie's my Resident Soul lead, just in case you didn't know that. And also Elia, my Decadal Lola, my big girl. She's actually one of them too, even though she's one of the older ones. And I'm planning to get some more of them because I just think they're so, like, they're varied, and I like their style because they kind of rub off on each other. So they all kind of like have similar styles, and they're just fun because, like, you know, they're just fun and interesting to write about because, like, they have lots of stuff going on, you know, not all of it like tragic or anything, but like they have stuff going on, and it's not part of my main story, so I feel like I could branch out with them a lot more than I can with like my main character. So I don't know, I just think he'll be fun, and I really just am liking how his character is progressing. And yeah. And I ended up putting his old wig and the hat that I stole again from Junie on my Elsa. I also put the pants I had on him on her. But the wig is way too big for her head. It was actually too big for his head as well, and his head is bigger than hers. So she definitely will not be keeping this wig, though I do like the color. So I might see if I can find this wig in a smaller size. I don't know. And I also like the hat on her. I especially liked it when I had the hat like back, so that was like a slouchy hat. But I had to pull it up forward because like the wig was eating her face. So yeah. And her outfit's so friggin' temporary, and I really need to do something about it. But I don't know her style yet. Like, I know nothing about her yet. So she's next on my list of trying to like solidify characters, because I decided to start really doing that, like, because I've been thinking recently about like why I'm in the hobby, and, you know, trying to get back to excuse me, trying to get back into what I want from the hobby rather than trying to make how I am in this hobby about what other people like want to see. Like, for instance, a lot of people are like against his kind of characters in general. They're like, oh, this another boy that wears skirts and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's part of his character, and it's happening. And I could completely change it to please other people, but I just don't think that's fair. And that's not what I want out of the hobby. I want to be able to express myself and my characters in my writing through this hobby. And there's no point in pandering to other people, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm trying to get all my characters, you know, to a good, like, a solid place, and trying to go with what I want out of them, even if people are, like, tired of seeing it, or think it's, like, overblown, or think it's this or that. I want what I want from this hobby, and I think it's part of this is just stuff I'm seeing on Tumblr as of late. Like, excuse me, stupid cold will not go completely away, but I keep seeing, like, people on Tumblr, like, tired of seeing this. Like, for instance, tired of seeing, like, goth emo boys, and I'm just like, well, that's what my dollies are. That's what Loki is going to be, and you just have to deal with it. If you're tired of seeing it, you can obviously just not look at it. And I'm seeing a lot of things, like, even with, like, molds. I'm tired of seeing. The most infamous right now is friggin' Minifee Chloe, which people are like, I'm so tired of seeing them. And, you know, a while ago it was like Delph L and things like that. You're like, I'm tired of seeing them. And you just sit there and you're just like, so that means I shouldn't get this doll that I actually want because I think it's cute or pretty or whatever because you're sick of seeing them? Like, how does that make any particular sense? Like, for instance, I really want a Minifee Chloe. I think I'm still going to definitely get one, even if I get the People 60 Chloe, which is actually a guarantee. I'm getting the People 60 Chloe, whether, and like, I don't know how people feel on that yet, because, you know, apparently everyone gets every Chloe there is, but I really love that sculpt. I think Chloes are so pretty, and I think that's why they're so popular. And I feel like if you're tired of seeing them, just don't get one. And if you're tired of seeing them, then hey, in the gallery threads, hey, mark them as Minifee Chloe. Feel free to, like, if you're on Tumblr savior it so you never see Chloe if you don't want to. You know, like, I don't know. If you're that against it, just you try to avoid it. That doesn't mean I have to avoid it. That doesn't mean I don't have to get it. So, like, I just keep seeing things like that, and just a lot of, like, I'm seeing a lot of, you know, people, excuse me, you know, like, how do you even put it? There's just a lot of negativity going around, and I'm letting it, definitely letting it get to me. It got to the point where I was going to make a video about this, like, a week or so ago. I was getting very self-conscious about my own dolls, and, like, just how they're viewed. I think it was a week or so ago. It was shortly after I finished my Savix face up. Because when I finished his face up, it was it's like exactly how I pictured it in my head. I mean, like, the technique is not, like, exactly, you know, spot on, but it was how I imagined it. Like, it's funny, when I got done with his face up, like, I could have cried. It was like that kind of thing. But, like, he's Sabic with, you know, most of his face is neutral, or what is the word for it? There's a word for it, and it just completely went out of my head. Natural, like it's very natural. But around his eyes, I really wanted him to have, like, really blue eyeshadow. Not like too much. Like, I didn't want it to be like, but I wanted it to be there. And so I did that, and I was just like, I wonder if people are going to look at him and be like, oh, she's trying to make him girly, or it's another doll that shouldn't be girly but is girly, or there shouldn't be makeup on a Sabbath, and blah 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 blah. Like all these things were running through my head, and I became just very self-conscious, like in general, about all my dolls and about how they're viewed. Because I'm not the best at face-ups, and I also have a very specific style that's developing. Like it's an accidental style, but it's a style the same, and nonetheless, you know what I mean. And like all my dolls have like a similar aesthetic going on. Like there will be differences. Like he has differences. So does my Bobby Apollo and my Dulcito Pierre. Yeah, there'll be differences in places, but overall kind of the same aesthetic and the same technique, even though the technique, in my opinion, is getting better. It still definitely it has a long way to go to being like, you know, polished and being able to offer it to people, which I probably won't do, but you know, I went to that before. But anyway, so I just like, I don't know, I got to this low point where I had been so proud finishing my Saturday, but I just I felt like not showing him because I didn't want him just like talked about and having him put into categories, and I didn't want people to go, oh, all her dolls look the same and they're this and they're that and blah blah blah. And then I don't know, with all the stuff going on in Tumblr, and if you're on there, there's a lot of it that people just already know. I just got to this point where I just broke. I just was done. And I was just like, look, we probably all have our different reasons for being in the hobby, but I have to get back to what my reasons are. And all my reasons were to bring my main characters to life, so to speak, which I did, even though Elliot's still a work in process. I still have to get the face up right, for the love of God. But it was to do that. And then over time, it kind of developed to where I was also like buying dolls to make characters out of that, you know, it to like spark that creativity in me, because like for a long while my writing was just dead. And I find these dolls so inspiring that like I just, you know, if I saw one and they started to create a character like he was trying to do ish, I went for it. Like if I thought they were cute, but and I could make a story, here goes nothing. So I did it. And that's what I want to do, you know? That's what I want out of the hobby. And that means doing it my way and not caring what other people like really think about it. Like, and I know that's easier said than done because we all care what people think, and I especially do. But then again, it's no fun trying to do it the way other people want you to do it, because it just gets exhausting, and then you're not having fun, and then your dolls don't look the way you want them to look, and then you're so busy trying to please everybody else that like it saps the reasoning that you got them right out of you. And I just really don't want that. And for a while there, I think that's what one of my biggest things that was happening. Like I just was feeling like not good enough, and then I just, you know, kept over analyzing every little thing and over analyzing my dolls and doing this and that and not really having fun with them. But I realized the more I care about what I want out of the hobby and what I want from my dolls, the more fun I have. Like when I was doing Loki's face up, whose head is still here, and I need to put eyelashes in so they're perfectly 120% dry by the time his eyes get here. Like when I did his face up, I was doing exactly what I wanted with his face up, and I didn't like let anything get in the way of that. And I really love this face up. Of course, not perfect, but you know, I really like it because I just wanted for him what I wanted for him and went for it. I didn't go, well, he's such a girly sculpt, maybe I should make him really manly. I didn't think about that. I just thought, here's this face-up idea in my head. Let me just do it. So I just went for it, and it was really fun. And for instance, with him, I came home and put this outfit for him, except for the top. He already had that on. And I don't know, it's just fun because I was like, I'm dressing him like I want him to be, and it was great, you know? And I could easily take the skirt off of him and put on some jeans. I could take the halter off and put on like a regular t-shirt, but that's not him. This is him, you know, this is him, you know, slightly in progress, but this is him. And that's, you know, I don't know, I just have more fun that way. And I don't know, that's been in my head for a bit now, and I just, yeah, I definitely wanted to talk that out and just be like, oh, you know, and you know, if you made it this far, hey, you know, if you agree with me, yay, even more, because I don't know, I've just been seeing so much negativity either on other people or on themselves, and I just want to be like, you should definitely, you know, get to what you freaking want out of this hobby. And if you don't, then maybe this isn't the particular hobby for you. Because I feel like there's no point in having a hobby if it's not fun for you. You know, if it's not fun for you, then what's even the point of it? It just feels like a job at that point, and like most of us, I assume, or many of us, not most, I shouldn't say that, have jobs, and what's the point of, ooh, coming home from a job and then going to the job of the hobby, where that should be your fun place? So, yeah. So that's basically what I wanted to talk out, and basically, I wanted to almost not even apologize, but like warn about my dolls that like it's okay not to like them. In fact, it's okay if you want to just rag on them, but they're going to be how they're going to be. And I'll try to present them in the best possible way, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to change them for anybody. So yeah. And that's it for that, I guess. In other news, any BJD news I have is just basic little stuff. Here's one of my Alice collections order has not shipped, and I knew it wouldn't, but I mean, if you're watching this, you're in the hobby, probably, so, like, you know how it is to wait for stuff, and even if you know it's going to take a while, you still, like, you're still impatient for it, and just want them to be done with it. But since they have to make the items, and I bet a lot of people took advantage of the free shipping, I might as well just sit back and knit or something. Wait. So yeah. And I forgot to mention in that order that Loki's eyes are in there, and I think I did anyway, and they're red. And I took a chance. I don't have any dolls with red eyes, but I've been seeing them in dolls lately, and they look like really interesting. So I decided to give them a try. I thought, you know, why not? And I really don't have an eye color for them, so I thought, at the very least, if I don't like them, they weren't very expensive. They're like $10. And maybe seeing them in him will give me some sort of direction, because he came with yellow acrylic eyes, and they just don't at all work for me. And plus, I don't like a lot of acrylic eyes, especially since most of them come without any stem of any sort, and so positioning them is kind of a nightmare for me. So yeah, so that's part of his order. That probably won't ship till like somewhere in October. So boo. I'm hoping though it'll come before the doll meet at the end of October. I would be so pleased, but we'll see. I'm also still waiting for Rise wig, but in good news, it finally hit the States. But in unfortunate news, it's in California and it's been there for 2 days. So I don't know why it's still there. But then I realized that even though I didn't see another option for shipping, I almost wish I had, because if I had, I would have chosen like a better shipping option. But I think the shipping option I got was like the super free, super, like it, not super free, but super cheap shipping options. So I don't think the number is an actual tracking number per se, not like what we think tracking numbers are. I just think whenever it kind of gets scanned somewhere, it kind of tells you. It doesn't like every step. So it could be still in California or it could be in like Minnesota. Who knows, you know? So I'm hoping to get it like a slip for it before Saturday. Then I can pick it up and sign for it. Because I have all these errands to run on Saturday, so I don't want them to come Saturday. I want them to come beforehand so I could just pick the wig up and not have to waste my Saturday waiting for one wig, which I would do, I know. So yeah. And then my Macho Designs wig finally shipped. Yeah, it was supposed to ship Friday, but apparently there was some health problems, which I always understand, you know, as long as you keep updated, which she did do. And then her boyfriend had some sort of health problem, so she couldn't update on what was shipped on Monday. I don't even know if the items went out on Monday. I'm assuming they didn't. I'm assuming they actually went out yesterday, but who knows. Anyway, it's been shipped. I do have a tracking number. It will probably be here, I'm hoping, also Saturday, Friday or Saturday. It usually ships pretty quick once she ships it out. So hopefully my Savick will have this wig. And then I can take some official pictures of him because I do love this wig on him, but it's just not what I want for him. So it bothers me taking pictures of him right now. So yeah. And then I also ordered Loki 2 beanies from Milk and Honey on Etsy. I ordered them because, well, I like my dolls to have hats if they have synthetic hair. Like, if they have fur wigs, it just depends on the fur wig if I want to put a hat on them or not. So, like, how this fur wig is, I like it as is. He doesn't really need a hat. If I put one on, it'd be cute, but he doesn't need it. But things like on my Dulcet Olivia, she has a hat because like otherwise her hair kind of goes like in a almost square-ish, but not really technically a square, but it kind of does some weird unnatural thing. And I keep one on my Dolce Bernard because his hair, like, I love his wig so much. It's so soft and so red. It's great, but it has flyaways. And I know I could put like wig stuff on it to keep the flyaways at bay, but I love how soft the wig is and I don't want to mess with it, so I'm just like, hat. So since Loki will be wearing a synthetic wig, as far as I know, I think it looks the best on him. I got him beanies to try and keep it in place and make it look more natural. And I couldn't resist. Like, they were so his style. And I actually was just going to get one, but I was just like, screw it. I need both because they're both his style. They're both so cute. And they match his shoes because they're red. And I don't know. I just went for it. So that's pretty much it. You know, just waiting on the wigs and Alice's collections. I'm now waiting for the beanies and the first watches. And once I make his wig, I'll probably like reintroduce him. And I'm going to get him material to make him a bubble skirt because I think that'd be really cute. For his halter is kind of, it's yellow, but it's like more of a golden yellow rather than bright yellow. So I'm going to try and find more of this fabric, but in like actual like mind-blowing yellow. And I'm going to buy him, unless I find a fabric for it, which I doubt, I'm going to buy him some black and white checkered leggings because he really needs those. And yeah, I'll be doing that this weekend, along with getting Bon some stuff to make pajamas with. If you follow my Froggy stuff, you would she has tutorial for this halter, which I am going to make her. It's a whole sleepwear thing. So it's this halter. This halter is supposed to be for sleepwear, but I don't know. It was such an easy pattern that I just like made it longer for. So for the halter, for pajama pants, for a sleeping mask, which I think is so cute, and slippers. And they're really simple, and you can make them for any size doll. And I just got this whole big idea to make her some pajamas to like traipse around in, you know? So, yeah. So, that's pretty much it. And thank you for listening to me ramble if you did. I just felt like getting all that crap out of my brain. So much better now. So, yeah, that's it.